nuclear power plants are also becoming a good source of energy. But I think that the development of these nuclear power plants is a very slow process. Like you can see recently, the US-based nuclear power plant company Holtec, its CEO visited India recently and was had a meeting with our Prime Minister Modi ji to talk about that they were about to establish 3 to 4 nuclear power plants in the region of Karnataka, Bangalore. But that's just one state, and and these are expected to set up by 2030, and it's a very long process just to set up 4 plants. So I think that solar power would be a very great option because as we see in MP, there is the Riva Ultra Mega Solar Power Plant, around 750 megawatts electricity it generates, and also we have the world's 11th largest solar power plant in Rajasthan, that is the Bhadla Power Plant. So we can see that solar panels are a much cheaper and a much time-effective way to counter this energy crisis that could possibly invade India.
I definitely agree with the formal speaker. I want to add some points in the solar power. As we have seen, the government are giving lot of policies and giving help and support, financial assistance to the farmers also. They are utilizing the solar energy in the farming sector also. They are having their own plants in the agriculture fields they are having, and because of that they are not able to, if the farmers are not able to pay the bills of the electricity to the government, so they can generate their own electricity or energy through the solar power plants, which is very important for the agriculture sector, that is the primary sector, and very important to enhance or increase the productivity of the agriculture fields.
I also want to add on this point.
I would like to point out that when it comes to solar energy, sometimes the maintenance costs are not affordable for everyone. Still, the government is making policies and helping people to plant more solar power plants. But when it comes to hydroelectric power, our country is surrounded by oceans, and there are several rivers in our country passing through every single state. So we can utilize that and we can generate more electricity, which will help in our agriculture sector because it is the main and the primary sector. It will also help the local people when it comes to the daily usage of water. When it comes to hydroelectric power energy, the plants are also maintainable and the local people can also support in maintaining that as compared to the solar power.
I have a slight difference with my former speaker that hydroelectric power would help with the water management, but I think that construction of dams is usually considered as a threat to the natural agricultural terrain. As we see that China is making a dam on the river in the Tibet region on the Brahmaputra river, and India sees it as a threat to its downstream in the Arunachal Pradesh region. So that's the problem with the hydroelectricity. But
already a
just a second, let me finish
in
my
our
point.
country.
Please,
That's why
let me finish my point. Like the government has been giving a lot of subsidies. Like the 1.5 lakh solar plant can be purchased around 70 to 80,000, which is a very good.
See, there is a global program by the name OZO. You all must be aware about that. India has only started that with the aim to sun never set. The countries which are facing the problem of electricity, like Africa, under the OZO program, all the countries will be getting the electricity continuously due to the transformation of electricity from one continent to another continent. So this is the good program which is supporting the solar energy all over the world. And in India also, by focusing on hydroelectric power plant, as we are having various rivers, so and dams are also constructed on them. So by focusing